Welcome back, true believers. Welcome to this week's episode of PlayJason. I'm your host, Jason. I write for Guitar.com, the Fretboard Journal, and I'm also a co-host on Working Class Music. Today marks the dawn of a new era in the history of reverb pedals, because the Strymon BigSky is no more. R.I.P. BigSky, we had a good run. Pour one out for your homie. All right, now that that's over, introducing the BigSky MX. If you can't tell, I love reverb pedals, and I am super excited about this. But before we go on, thank you to my good friends at Strymon for allowing me to be a part of this huge rollout. Being a huge reverb junkie, this is a pretty big deal for me to be a part of the rollout for arguably a follow-up to the most popular reverb pedal in existence right now. It's kind of a big deal. If you don't think it is, fight me in the comments. So thank you, Strymon. Really appreciate it. So, in the age of iPhones and every tech iteration, we're kind of used to incremental upgrades. And that's somewhat the case in the gear world. However, thank the gods, because the BigSky MX is not your run-of-the-mill update. No, Strymon has gone back to the drawing board and rebuilt this bad boy from the ground up, kind of like RoboCop. Let's break down some of the key new features. So, you have 12 world-class reverb machines, including 7 brand new algorithms like Impulse and Chamber, tailor-made for the BigSky MX. We'll touch more on Impulse in a second, because it is what you think it is. Plus, classics like Spring, Plate, Hall, Room, and Shimmer have been entirely souped up with new algorithms, giving you a buffet of sonic possibilities. Also, it's nice to see that due to the extra processing power on hand, the ensemble feature has made its way over from the Cloudburst, but it now features a significantly improved dynamic response. Another big feature, which I'm really excited about, is not one, but 2 reverbs at once, with series, parallel, and split audio routing options, and a slick new pan control per engine. You'll be swimming in the drip in no time. So remember when I said we were going to talk about impulse response? Well, if you need more customization, the BigSky MX lets you play back 10-second impulse response with full editing capabilities. Plus, the BigSky MX comes loaded with 22 impulse responses. And let's talk about the connectivity. Stereo inputs and outputs with discrete Class A JFET input ensures pristine signal quality. While the controls may look familiar, Strymon has fine-tuned the navigation experience with a bigger, brighter OLED display, making tweaking to your heart's content a breeze. Last but not least, meet Nixie 2, the new software librarian that lets you manage patches, tweaks parameters in real time from your desktop, and load impulse responses with ease. And don't worry, features not present at launch will be rolled out in future updates.
Pedal comes with DLCs.
Yeah. And the price, drumroll please, $679. All right, enough talk. Let's just dive right into this. All right, so for these first few demos, we're going to run the 2 reverbs at once. This first one is preset 28B, called In Waves, and it is the Magneto plus the Shimmer. So this next one is going to be 21A, the cloud, and the non-linear sound. And this is 16A, which is chamber. Let's hear how that sounds. We're going to check out some of the impulse responses. All right, this preset is 17B. It is an impulse response called Mausoleum. Let's check out another impulse response. This one is going to be 24B. It is called Gate Reactor. It looks like it is based on a reactor hall. We're going to add a little bit of delay to it just to hear how it plays with it. So let's go. So let's check out some of the classics. This preset is 19A. It is called Brown Cavern and it's the bloom setting. And we're going to add a little bit of delay on this just to get a little bit more movement out of it. This preset is 25B. It's called 80s Fusion. It's a shimmer sound, but we're going to add a little bit more delay just to get a bit more movement out of it. And for all you surf aficionados out there wondering if it has the drip, let's find out. This is a spring setting. Can it do a little bit of dad rock? Yeah, it does the dad drip. So one thing I forgot to mention is the freeze function, which is going to be a momentary or latching. For this demo, we're just going to do a latching so it holds it out. And of course, I'm going to add a little bit of delay. Why not? All right, final thoughts. All right, so final thoughts. Not really the first impressions because I've had this for a few weeks now and I've definitely taken my time with it. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. Should you upgrade from the BigSky? Yes. If you were thinking of doing that, yes. Being able to use 2 reverbs at once, that alone is worth the price of entry. That allows you to create any kind of spacious reverb that you can think of. Like it does so much. Also with the impulse response, duh, like you can upload your own reverb sounds and just do your own thing with it. Like this is literally the ultimate reverb box. So do I think that this is worth upgrading from the BigSky? Yes. Now, if you're someone who hasn't played with Strymon and you're looking for the ultimate reverb pedal, this is it. Ever since the original BigSky was released, every other company has been trying to play catch up, and you know, we've seen the term BigSky Killer tossed around. There's a couple of companies that have come extremely close, one of them being the Meris Mercury X. However, while I thought that was an unsung hero, this kind of just blows every other reverb I've tried out of the park. I say this as a person who loves reverb just due to the customization, the sound quality. Oh my God. And listen here, if you're a church person, this is right up your alley. God will thank you, minus some of the horrible sins you're committing, but that's neither here or there. Yeah, this is a no-brainer. I know some people are going to scoff at the price, but I do think it's worth it, because if you were to take two regular BigSkys at the price that they were going for, which was $479, if you get two of them, you're still more than this. So for $200 extra, you get a ton of functionality. And the one thing that I forgot to mention, the biggest thing of them all, USB-C implementation. That in itself, yes. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I'm stoked. I might be biased. I don't care if you think I am. I do think this is worth the money. And I think this is going to be one of the best pedals of the year. I'm super excited about it, and this blew all of my expectations out of the water. There isn't anything I would add as far as any other features that I can think of. Yeah, Strymon did it. Strymon knocked it out of the park. This is definitely going to be probably my favorite pedal of the year. More than likely because I love reverb. I am more than willing to accept any challengers to that and try them out if you want to send them my way. But yeah, this pedal does it all. This does have me curious though, because if they did this with the BigSky, they came out with the BigSky MX, I kind of wonder what's going to happen with the timeline. I would kind of like to see the timeline get the BigSky MX treatment. Maybe a timeline MX. Maybe that might be the good timeline that we're living in. Not saying that this is a bad timeline, because it's a really good timeline, but the timeline we're living in is not a really good one right now. But anyways, if you need me to give this a number, 10 out of 10, I can't say anything else. So I'm just going to shut up and tell you guys, check out my written review for guitar.com. Hopefully it's up at the time of release. And thank you for tuning in. Thanks again, Strymon. This has been a blast, and I've loved every second of this. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment, and laters.